Now, let's take a look at the other stories. Shashi Tharoor has responded to the critics from the Congress party who have slammed him over his statements on the surgical strike. He has made it clear that he was referring to the reprisals for the terrorist attacks and he was not talking about the previous wars. Tharoor has stated that his remarks were preceded by a reference to the several attacks that have been taking place in the recent years alone. He has it out at the critics stating in fact that the trolls are welcoming to distort his views and words as they see fit that he has better things to do. Earlier, the Congress leaders such as Udit Raj slammed Tharoor, stating that the latter was maligning the party's image. Afterwards, Congress leaders Pawan Khera and Jairam Ramesh also endorsed Udit Raj's criticism, signalling that all is not well within the Congress party. Meanwhile, the BJP chimed in with Union Minister Kiran Rijiju, questioning what is the Congress trying to achieve by criticizing their own MP. Remember, viewers, while representing India and leading an all-party delegation, Dr. Tharoor has stated that what has changed in the recent years is that the terrorists have realized that they will have to pay the price. He has said that for the first time, India breached the line of control to conduct a surgical strike on the terror basis following the Uri strike. Anand Singh is joining me live on the broadcast with more details. As Anand, this is in fact the latest what we are learning over the Congress's controversy involving Shashi Tharoor's remark following his statement on the surgical strike. What remains to be in fact seen as how exactly the Congress's top brass reacts to this latest clarification that has come from the Congress MP.
Yes, I mean, look, the way in which Shashi Tharoor yesterday praised the NDA-led Modi government at the center after he mentioned that how after 2014, since the NDA-led government by Narendra Modi came to power and they have been conducting surgical strike, whether it was in 2016 following the Pathankot terror attack and then also cross-border military operation in Myanmar, and then following that, in 2019, also India carried out a surgical strike in Balakot, where the Indian Air Force proved their mettle when they carried out precision strikes on the terror launch pads in Pakistan's Balakot. So clearly, he highlighted all those points. And when he came under fire from his own party leaders, first it was Udit Raj who questioned Shashi Tharoor's honesty with the party, which has given him a lot. And he mentioned that how in 1965 and in 1971, Indian Armed Forces first in 1965 entered Lahore sector and they also occupied a police post over there. Then in 1971, India changed the global map by creating Bangladesh by dividing Pakistan into two parts. And then he also urged Prime Minister Narendra Modi that Shashi Tharoor must be made the super spokesperson of the BJP or the foreign minister of India before he returns to the country, after addressing several of the sessions over there as part of all-party delegation. And the same views were endorsed by Pawan Khera as well as Jairam Ramesh, as both of them reposted. And Pawan Khera, who is also the CWC member and party's media and publicity department chairperson, he then also put out two posts on Twitter yesterday, and he highlighted that what Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister of India, has to say about surgical strikes in 2016. And then he also posted a photograph of Indian soldiers at a police post in Lahore. So clearly, Shashi Tharoor's remarks were seen not in the line of the party that the Congress has been maintaining, that several of the terror strikes had happened. And reacting to the same, Shashi Tharoor today took to X as he was in Panama. And he also supposed to reach another Colombia country over there to address the global audience over there so that India can garner much more support from the foreign country. So Shashi Tharoor mentioned that how some of the zealots in his own party are emanating at him. And he then kept the record straight, saying that how he only meant, he was not referring to any of the wars that India conducted with Pakistan, but he was referring to the surgical strikes that the Indian government carried out after 2014. Then he also mentioned that how India is now taking action against the cross-border terrorism by crossing line of control or international border, whereas the previous government used to hesitate and they used to respect the foreign treaties, the treaties that India have respecting the line of control and international border. So this is the point that Shashi Tharoor made in his post on X that he made from Panama before leaving for Colombia. And now Pawan Khera once again has hit back at Shashi Tharoor by highlighting a portion of his book, that is The Paradoxical Prime Minister, that he wrote in 2018. And Pawan Khera highlighted that how Shashi Tharoor in his book has mentioned that Indian governments had previously carried out surgical strikes, but the way in which the current government is using Indian armed forces valor is not good. And he pointed out that how after Pathankot terror attack, India carried out military surgical operations for its political benefit, as well as the military operation that India carried out in Myanmar. So clearly, Pawan Khera once again highlighted the portion of Tharoor's book to hit back at him. So this clearly suggests that all is not well in the Congress, as Shashi Tharoor is being cornered and isolated by his own party prop brass, which includes Jairam Ramesh also, who is also the Congress General Secretary and party's communication in charge, as he also shared the post of Udit Raj and Pawan Khera both on his social media handle. And even the questions were raised when Shashi Tharoor had accepted the government's invitation to be part of the 7 delegations that will be leading India at the global stage. And then also, Jairam Ramesh had categorically said that how the government has asked for 4 names and the Congress party had provided the 4 names from its own party fold, which included the name of Anand Sharma, Raja Barar, Syed Nasir Hussain, and Gaurav Gogoi. However, Shashi Tharoor's name was nowhere in that list. So clearly, the Congress is left fumed the way in which Tharoor has been highlighted.